Hello friends and welcome back. I am in my back orchard right now and I have 5 fruit trees here that I need to trim today. A lot of people ask me, how do I prune these trees? Every year before they bloom, I come and I take off about a third to about 40% of the tree branches down. This tree grows about 6 to 7 feet every single year and I have to trim it down. Let me show you. So this is a nectarine tree, and a couple years ago I decapitated it right here and it gave me 2 branches. The following year I cut it here and it gave me those branches up there, and then I cut it here and it gave me those branches up there. So that is how much growth you get from 1 year. That's like 6 feet from here to the top. That's about 6 feet, and that is way too tall for me. And check out the amount of blooms they have right now. One of the major problems I have growing peaches and nectarines here in Northern Virginia is that we have a beetle called curculio, and that is a tiny beetle that crawls up the tree or flies into the tree, as I have learned, and the little beetle either crawls up the tree or flies into the tree, and it burrows into the young fruit, and then it lays a larva, and then the larva eats away at the peach inside. And once it is like August, the peaches fall prematurely, and then I don't get any crop at all. And if there's anything left in the tree, the squirrels get most of them. So what I want to do is bring the tree height down quite a bit, and then I want to put a net on those major branches to keep the curculio away first of all, and then hopefully later on keep the squirrels away as well. The issue with the mesh is that the branches try to go through the mesh and it makes a mess towards the end of the season. So I am going to try this year again, and this is probably the last year I will try growing peaches and nectarines. If it works, then I will continue to put in the work, and if it doesn't work, I will probably take these trees down next year. You can see this tree has 1, 2, 3, 4 major branches that come off and go to the top. So I have the option of cutting it somewhere here, but if I cut it here, I lose a lot of the production that is here. So I am thinking I am going to cut the tree here this year. That's a lot of growth to cut. So I'm kind of torn, but if I don't cut this branch off here, there's no way I can cover these with one piece of netting. So the other option I have is to cut it like way up here maybe, and then put the net on top of that and single, and then instead of putting 1 bag per tree, I can do 1 bag per branch. So that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna go with, because otherwise I'm gonna lose all the production that I would get out of this thing anyway. So what's the point of cutting all the good buds that is going to make fruit? So let's see what I end up coming up with. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and you guys can see what I end up doing anyways. That tall branch over there, or I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it and see if the peaches being way up high, if they're not affected by the curculio. So maybe I'll leave that branch up there and I'll net this major branch here. There's a secondary branch here and another one here. I'll cover those with netting. This one, I think I can put a whole cover over the whole thing, and I took down the pear tree quite a bit, and this is nice and dwarfing, which is nice. I have the common pear here looking good, and I trimmed down the apple. The apple, I can put one whole cover over it. After it blooms, you put the netting on it.